Hey, hey, hey. I am your favorite herbalist. My name is Forrest Gump. Wordsoftheforest.com. www.screen down below. You see if I can speed that rabbit up a little bit. Make it come across the screen a little bit faster there. This is my podcast page over here. You can see some of my videos and stuff. But that's if you can hear me. So let's see if somebody can hear me and what I sound like. Let me have somebody check to see if my sound is coming through. Okay, I need, can you please see if sound is okay on YouTube. Boom. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, if you want to ask the herbalist any questions, today's the best day to do it. Wellness Wednesday. Today's conversation is going to be about hair, skin, and nail. And we're going to, my other herbalist is going to come on and we're going to, kind of help you grow your hair like this. This ain't no accident. That's all mine. All that's mine. That's real. That ain't stitched on, growed on. I don't care what you think or how you feel. That's all real hair. And I grew that starting at the age of 50. You can do the same if you want to, but that's what the conversation today is going to be about. But before we get started in that, let me break some knowledge off to you guys. I want to break y'all off with some knowledge. First and foremost, there are minerals for every part of the body. There are minerals and nutrients for every part of the body. I'm not talking about no vitamins. There ain't no such thing. You just don't know it yet. But there are minerals and nutrients for every part of the body. Can you hear me talking over there? Let me see. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you, Foo-Foo. Thank you, Foo-Foo. My Foo-Foo said it sounds good. I'm happy. All right. So before my herbalists come on in about the next 17 minutes, I thought I would share some stuff with you. And I want to talk about a mineral, a nutrient, because, you need minerals and nutrients. But let me share something with you. Iron is responsible for attracting oxygen to the body and carrying oxygen to all system, tissues, and organs. Iron. Iron combines with other nutrients to produce vital blood proteins and is involved in food metabolism. Without iron, the body cannot survive long, since the metabolism will decrease and atrophy. That's just one of, to me, the most important minerals for women. Iron is depleted by iodine being depleted. See, everything leads to the next thing. So when we talk about our conversation today, which is about hair, you're going to know how I grew my hair in 3 years to my shoulders. From bald-headed, from slap being bald-headed. I might even have a picture on here of me being slap bald-headed. Let me see. If I got a picture on here, that would be even better. You know what I'm saying? Wellness Wednesday. Let me see if I got a picture on here. Because, seeing is believing. People believe what they see. And sometimes they don't even do that. But I'm a firm believer that seeing is believing. So if I can show you a before and after of me being bald-headed, that's going to kind of make you wonder how the heck you did that, right? Let's see if I can find it. I might be able to find it. Sometimes I surprise myself. Not Cousin Cooter. He's stupid. He's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Cousin Cooter ain't no mess. Cousin Cooter's a hot mess, y'all. Hey, listen to what Cousin Cooter got to say. While I look for this image of myself, you know what I'm saying? Come on, cuz.
It's some really, 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 really sick people in the world. And you one of them if you don't want to know how to be the best version of yourself. I mean, you like being the worst version of yourself? Don't you get tired of waking up looking at that ugly mother? I mean, don't you really get tired of waking up going, damn, I'm dumb today. It's a new day, but I'm dumber today than I was yesterday. Damn, damn, damn. Don't you get tired of that one? I mean, damn, damn, damn. I would get tired of that, waking up to the same old stupid person every day. Damn. Meet the new mother sucker.
Color cool is stupid. Okay, so here's me before and after. Now look at this image. I was bald headed as a tick. Okay, at 50. I know I look good at 50. I know. I don't tell me. You gotta say no. I don't need that. But this was happening. The after was 3 years later, and this is now. Actually, a little bit longer now, but this is what you can do. But you gotta do what I did. That's all. I didn't do nothing special. I just took herbs. And if you can take herbs, you can do the same thing. So that's what the topic's gonna be about today. You know. But that's when my herbalist come on. He comes on in about 4 minutes. So we're gonna be talking about that. But I'm talking about minerals and nutrients right now, because I think if you knew what helped your body heal itself, then it would hopefully make you gravitate toward doing that. Because without that, let's be real, you got to continue to suffer. And who wants to suffer unnecessarily? I don't. Excuse me. So while we're waiting on that herbalist, I take questions. You can call that number right there. I will answer it. You know, uh, you won't be heard on live, but you can also text. You know, there's a window you can chat in. I got a chat window. Let me make sure I got that chat window open because I'm kind of slow. I don't operate like everybody else. I'm a little on the slow side. My name Forrest Gump. Okay, okay. So now that you know what you know, boom, that herbalist should be in here in a minute. And if you got any questions, please feel free to talk to me. I don't bite. I don't. I'm human just like you. I don't judge. Whatever's happening in your life stays happening in your life. Whatever happening, they say whatever happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. Okay. So just remember, ain't nobody here to humiliate you, make you feel bad, none of that stuff. So by all means, holler at me. Okay. What's that running right there? I don't need that one. What is that? That's my interview window. Okay. Now, my herbalist is a little bit slow. So while we're waiting on him, let's him. Let me see if you can hear that music right there. Hey, hey, hey. Come on, Mr. Todd. My name is Forrest Gump. My herbalist today that's showing up is Todd Lyda. Okay. When he gets here. Y'all got any questions, please feel free to ask. Go to my podcast right here and listen to my podcast, sign up. I'm always bringing out podcasts. Obviously, this is being streamed live into YouTube. Okay, so you can always go look at my YouTube videos. If you got any questions in regards to any kind of ailments, I'm telling you right now, there's a solution for everything under the sun. I don't care what you face with. I don't care what kind of problem you got. As long as you're alive, there's a probability of healing. Okay, even when they give you your death sentence, if they tell you got so many months to live, it's not true, man. I'm telling you, it's not true. Okay? Okay, it's only true if you don't do anything about it. Okay, because medication has no mineral or nutritional value, so you can't rely on that. I mean, it's okay if you take it at first because you don't know any better, but once you find out, don't do that. I mean, just one step at a time, learn first. If I can't do nothing, I want to teach you something that I know is going to benefit you. So learn first. That way you can know what to do. Does that make sense? Okay, so the first 10 minutes was me. The next 30 minutes gonna be the herbalist. We supposed to start at 5:30. Okay, and I got 5:30 on the dot right now. But black people are always late for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Why we always do stuff late? Come on time. I was getting off work and the traffic was horrible. Okay, whatever. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on Instagram and follow my podcast. You can't know better until you learn. So I got a YouTube you can subscribe to. I got an Instagram you can subscribe to. And I got a podcast you can subscribe to. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. Well, now, obviously, y'all know I'm the herbalist. I'm the herbalist. Show me your favorite herbalist. That's what I said when I first started this thing. I have a partner who's an herbalist. Okay. So we tag teaming y'all today. Okay. So two herbalists here to answer any questions y'all got. I don't care what your kind of problems you got. And if you see this later, I'll still answer your questions. You see that phone number right there, right? 888-619-4372. Pick up the phone. Look, you can't heal until you talk to somebody because you obviously don't know. And you definitely don't know what herbs are designed to help you feel better, look better, smell better, taste better. You know what I'm saying? Here come the herbalist, y'all. All right, let's bring him on in. Mr. Todd,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Welcome to the show. This is Wellness Wednesday, and we talking about what we talking about today, Todd?
Let's see. We're gonna talk about. Let's see. I'm rubbing
Uh,
my
uh
head, so I guess we're gonna talk about hair, skin, and nails. I don't know your hair.
you mean something you ain't got?
Okay. Just
You
because I don't have it, don't mean I don't know how to grow it now.
No, no, no. Ain't nobody talk about what you can do. We talk about what you got. Okay, so don't be hating cause I got what you want.
That's how do we know that's real?
Cause when you pull this, it ain't stitched in, okay? And this is live. Okay, this is all the way live. This ain't no make believe. If you saw it up close, you'll be like, okay, that's real. That's real. That's real.
Okay, we can tell if it's real if you take a match and light it on fire. If it really burns, we know it's real.
That sound like pure hate to me.
Mm.
If I was that bald, I guess I would hate to. He look funny, don't he, y'all? I ain't picking at him. I ain't picking at him. Okay, hair, skin, and nail. Ooh wee. That's okay. People seem to think that you can grow your hair from the outside by putting chemicals and stuff on. I mean, I know a lot of people. The beauty shops are making billions. They're not making millions. They're making billions because people seem to think that they can grow their hair by putting chemicals on the outside. How true is that?
Well, you can have the illusion of your hair growing because what happens is you're straightening it, so it looks like it's longer, but that doesn't mean it's really grown.
Okay, so stop right there. Just because you straighten your hair and lay it down, don't mean it's longer. Even okay, so African American black people hair is curly, so it's withdrawn, if you will. When you straighten it, it kind of lays flat, so it actually is longer because you put a hot iron to it. Excuse me. But the reality is, when it's curled and shorter, that's your actually length of your. Would you say that's the length of your hair?
Yeah, yeah, that's the length of your hair.
Okay, so it's supposed to be like that. That's why it ain't straight all the time. Okay, I got you. Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, and mainly ladies now. Okay, hold on. I gotta make sure everybody can hear me. Let's see. Yes. YouTube. Okay. Okay, I'm making sure I know we're live, but people don't know where to go. Hold on one second, Todd. Let me make sure. Can you send me a link of where people go live? How you see me live and everybody else don't? Just send it to me. I'll text it out there. I'll put it out there. Okay, I'm sorry, Todd. I want to see if I have a link where people can actually see us, and I'll kind of put it on the screen. But as I was saying, just because your hair is hot iron and straight, don't mean it's healthy. Don't mean you got the right minerals and nutrients. It doesn't mean that you're doing the right thing by your hair just because you put some heat to it. The
That's,
reality is your hair does not grow from the outside,
that's damaging. That's damaging your hair.
and people don't care. Why would you care?
Yeah, for the purposes of for self for the purpose of self-esteem and lack of self-esteem, people are straightening their hair to fit into or to fit into the European standard of beauty. That's the general thing what's going on.
Okay.
So if you want to grow your hair, or if you have difficulty growing your hair, the goal is to feed the hair from the inside or give the body the nutrients necessary for the hair to grow internally. Then it'll grow like it's supposed to.
Okay, how do you do that? I mean, people don't know what the hair needs or don't need. There's nobody in the medical field teaching people, especially the people that are selling all the different products in the stores. They're not telling people how to get their hair like this, how to grow hair for real. I haven't seen it anywhere.
Okay, so hair growth is there's many different components to it. There's a hormonal aspect of it. There's a mineral nutrient need like vitamin C. You need calcium. You need protein. There's many different aspects of growing your hair, and if you're deficient of any of these minerals or these things, you're going to have issues where your hair is going to fall out. You have split ends. You may even have premature graying. These are all things that will happen to for you if you don't have the proper nutrition in your body to grow your hair. So if your hair is not growing properly, that's a sign that something's wrong. So your body does signal to you that there's something wrong, and you'll see something like split ends. So we see people that have split ends in their hair, but they go straight to the beautician or the barber to get those split ends cut, so it doesn't look frizzy. But what they're missing is the body is letting you know that there's a hormonal issue, probably something going on with their ovaries where they're having like a fibroid tumor or something like that that's causing the hair to split on the ends. So these are signals that people need to know so they know that their hair is not healthy and that they need to do something. But if you look the before, now, and after, okay.
Okay, so now at 50 is the before. 3 years later is the after. This is the now, but it's actually longer because this was taken when I was 50. Each one of those image has an age to them, and so people don't understand that is the real me. At 50, black people don't age like everybody else, but that's me 3 years later under the after. And my hair, once it got to my shoulder, I stopped taking the minerals and nutrients. I did it periodically, but I didn't take it like I was taking it when I first began. I took it for 3 years straight just to get my hair to my shoulders. And I was receding at the very top. So, you know, that's just to show if a guy can do it, what can a woman do? But I fed the follicles first. And that was my only, I did nothing to the outside. Okay.
So that's why we have what's called our hair, skin, and nails formula that we use to help people grow their hair from the inside out. So give you the nutrition. So do you have a bottle there on your shelf where you can show people what it looks like?
Well, let me read this first. I want to read this first because I think this is funny. What person said? She said, our hair is versatile enough to wear in different styles. We are no longer subjected to wearing straight hair because of the Crown Act that was passed.
Okay. What,
What was the Crown Act? I don't know the
what
Crown
she's
Act.
referring to is that there was a law that was passed that you can't discriminate on people for different hairstyles. So,
But we're
you
not
know,
talking about that, right?
no, but she's telling you that she's not limited to just that straight hairstyle. So I understand what she's saying.
Okay, okay, because I
And
don't.
so, it's very difficult for Black women because they're the only group of people that are required to change the look and texture of their hair to get employed. And so what she's referencing is the Crown Act, where that now that employers can't discriminate against you for wearing your hair in a natural style. So in the past, if you went to a job interview with an afro or
Right.
braids, you might not get hired, because that's not part of that's too intimidating for some people. Not necessarily it's true, but some people feel intimidated by you wearing your hair in a natural style. And African American men and women are the only people that have to deal with those circumstances. No one else is required to put chemicals on their hair to straighten it or change their natural texture of their hair in order to be employed or be gainfully employed.
Okay,
And so a
so
lot of them have to deal with that. A lot of times people what happens is um, most people will tell you don't go to a job interview with braids in your hair for women. Wear your hair in a different in a perm or a press, and then once you get the job, you can change your hairstyle. So that's what she's referencing. So what we're trying to talk about is that you can grow your hair naturally and not have to necessarily do those things.
okay, so I then maybe there's a little misunderstanding, and I laugh because I think it's funny because I know what you can do as opposed to what you can't do. And obviously I don't laugh to humiliate, but if you buy your hair, you like My girl always tell me, I bought it, it's my hair. So, but I would like to see more of us do this because I know that we can once we feed the follicles, and that's what we're here for. We're here to give you back you. And it's not to make you feel bad for what you do or, buying hair and things of that nature. But if you can have it naturally, why not? I mean, my girl do miracles with my hair like this. I mean, I get all kinds of, and it looks so good when she styles it. So I'm not knocking women, you know, paying for hair and putting it in their head, but I've seen a lot of damage from that. I've seen people's scalp being peeled off because of the glues and stuff like that. So to me, that's not necessary when you're natural. I mean, what you think of that? I think being natural is the best, but you can do what you want to do, right?
Right. There's consequences to taking shortcuts. When you're trying to, you can actually grow your hair yourself naturally and not have to use those things. So sometimes what people might need to do is just take the time and use the proper herbs to help their hair grow. And a lot of times when you're wearing these wigs or you're wearing these, your hair braided too tight, you're damaging your hair. And you can cause your hair not to grow at all because you're constantly pulling and tugging it and you're putting chemicals on it, you're putting dyes on it, and you're putting perms that, actually damage the hair follicles. Because in order to dye your hair, there's ammonia in there. And ammonia lifts the cuticle off the hair follicle, and so they can dye the hair. So that's what happens when you do that over and over again. You can cause different types of damage to the hair. And
So,
so
so
what
we
you were
don't want
just
that to happen. We don't want that to happen, right?
right,
So we recommend MSM sulfur, hair, skin, and nail. You know, these are the things that I took. MSM and sulfur, if you don't see it, I'll bring an image up later. But hair, skin, and nail are nothing but herbs designed to give you back that which is already natural. You just got to grow it back. How,
so
hair,
if you read the ingredients from the hair, skin, and nails, we can kind of give people an idea of what we're doing.
okay? So hold on one second. Let me do that. As a matter of fact, I like to do it this way. I like to share my screen because when you show people, it's actually better when they can go to, let's see, let's go to herbs of the forest. And can you see my screen, Todd? Can you see that?
I can see your screen. I
That
can't
that
see
means
your
they can.
computer screen.
No, no, no. You can see what's online. What's happening though?
I can see you, but I can't see the screen where you're
Okay,
pulling up.
I'm gonna show people the screen. Hold on. Let me bring up MSM's. Well, here's scan and nail first. HAR, and you just go to the website, and it'll tell you what those ingredients are. Now let me see if I can share my screen. Let me see if I'm good enough to do that. I don't know if I'm good enough to share my screen. Oh, I am good enough to do that. Here we go. Hold on. I am good enough to do that. Watch this. All right, not that one. Let's bring that one down. Let's go.
While he's doing that, um, what we do here with our company is we don't just solve problems as far as healing people. We also deal with vanity concerns as well. A lot of times, your hair not being able to grow or not being healthy is a vanity issue, which can cause self-esteem issues. That's why we created this hair, skin, and nails formula so that you can actually repair your hair.
Can you see those ingredients, Todd? Or yes or no?
I can't see them clearly. You might have to read them off.
Okay. Uh, MSM sulfur,
Okay,
kelp.
so let's read them off one at a time. MSM
Oh,
sulfur.
okay.
That's one of the best ingredients for helping your hair grow naturally. That's going to give you a source of collagen. It's also going to reduce pain and joint pains like that. But mainly it's used for pain and growing your hair. So that's one of the best substances we can have.
And it's
So that's
found
why
in
that's
all plants. It's found in all plants. Okay. Kelp.
okay. Kelp is going to give you a lot of the vitamins, well, a lot of the minerals that you need to help your hair grow. So that's going to be a organic source of iodine.
And that's ocean greens now. Can you
Right.
see those? So you said
I
you
can
can
see them now.
you can
Yes.
see them now? Okay,
Hmm.
so I want people to be able to see them, but what I like to tell people to do is go to the website. And what happens is the write-ups on this site is designed to educate you. So when you do get down to the minerals and nutrients, there are no fillers here. I mean, there's what, 15 different herbs in here?
Right. So you see that what that herb pumpkin seed?
Yep.
That's your source of organic zinc. So that's going to help people prevent them from having premature graying of the hair. That tea root, that's going to darken the shaft. So that'll keep your hair dark. Let's see, red raspberry
Raspberry.
leaf.
Hmm.
That's That's the hormonal component that helps your hair grow. So if your hormones are off balance, based on you having hysterectomies or any other things going on, you're eating incorrectly, you're going to have difficulty with your hair growing. So we try to address this holistically and try to address all the reasons that your hair might not be growing. So the moringa is the protein content that you need. So we try to give you the nutrition you need to actually help your hair grow. Now, one of the things that'll happen also when you make your hair grow, you'll notice that your fingernails will grow stronger and be longer too. This is another auxiliary benefit from taking this formula.
Okay, so but now MSM sulfur, which is nothing but MSM sulfur, is so powerful. That's the first ingredient on that list of herbs for your follicles. See, that formula is designed for the follicles to help you grow from the inside out, not the outside out. You can't grow hair from. Okay, can you grow hair from the outside out, Todd? Because I don't think you can.
Not the way people are trying to do it. So if you were going to try to grow your hair from the external part by putting something on the hair, you can't be putting on like some of the chemicals you're putting on there. You would need to use some type of plant-based oil, like an olive oil or moringa oil, something like that. That's not going to be plant-based, but it's not going to hinder your hair from growing. So those will be things that you'll be for keeping your hair moist and your scalp moist.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be using that specifically to grow your hair.
Okay, now watch this. Most people think that one plant is all you need to, say, change the color of your skin. So a customer asks, she says, can you take 40 root by itself to stop the gray or turn the gray back black? What do you
Okay,
say to
great question. So 40 root by itself will darken the shade of your hair. However, the herbs work best in unison. So it works better when they're combined. So you'll see cayenne pepper in this formula. Now the reason that's in there is because cayenne pepper is not necessarily making your hair grow faster, but it actually makes all the herbs work better. So there's a reason why we put these things in together. So if you're looking just at making your hair darker color, like for example, if you have like a sandy brown, you want to kind of like make it a little darker, 40 root will help with that, but you want to take this formula with all the herbs so that you can get the full benefit.
And since we have a formula for that, there's a combination of herbs designed to do just that. Remember, more, especially when it comes to minerals and nutrients, to me is better. More is always better. There are multiple herbs designed to help you accomplish whatever goal you're trying to accomplish, as opposed to one herb. Not that the one herb won't work, but the problem with that is people go get vitamin C. They're under the illusion that they're actually getting vitamin C. But watch this. If you take an extract of vitamin C, do you have vitamin C?
So if you're extracting it, you're talking about an inorganic substance now. So that's not, well, actually, you know what? Vitamin C doesn't really exist in nature like that. So there's no such thing as vitamin C in nature. That's when the man has pulled out a component of a plant and named it something. Now your body does need that component, but it doesn't exist like that in nature. So when you get an orange, you don't get a vitamin C, you get a whole host of nutrients that are doing something. So when you try to extract just that one component, now you've made it into a drug. So that's why when you take vitamin C from the store, there's a warning. It tells you if you take too much of this, you can hurt yourself, because now you've turned this natural substance into a drug, and that's why there's what's called a dosage on vitamin C. So if you take the whole bottle of vitamin C, you can hurt yourself and possibly kill yourself. However, you can't kill yourself by eating 100 oranges.
Okay, I gotta elaborate on that. I'm sorry, because
So
people don't understand that.
vitamin C is very important to grow your hair. And you'll notice that we didn't forget about vitamin C. You'll see what's in there? Is it Robus?
In that formula,
The amla fruit or Robus in that hair, skin, and nail formula, particularly for the purpose.
both are in there. Both are in there.
And that's the vitamin C which you're looking for. But we're giving it to you as a plant source. When you get it from a plant source, you're getting the way it's designed in nature. So it works properly instead of isolating one component.
Yeah, they're both in there.
When you isolate one component, number one, it throws your body out of balance, because that's not how it occurs in nature. So when you're taking, like, for example, taking zinc, When you're eating foods that are high in zinc, they're not zinc by themselves, because zinc by itself will throw your body out of balance, because zinc has to be combined with other things. It needs iron, it needs calcium to be all holistically working in unison. If you take just zinc by itself, now you're throwing yourself out of balance minerally.
Okay, basically what he said, y'all, anytime you see the word extract, it is not complete in nature. Anytime you see anything made by man, the odds are, if it doesn't say plant based and it's got the entire plant, you got a problem. That's all
Well,
he
you
basically
know,
said.
I would say take it a little step further. If you see anything in the store that's listed as a mineral, it's a problem. So when you go to say you're looking for iron, iron doesn't exist by itself in nature. So they're giving it to you as iron, ferrosis, or you're taking zinc. These things are that lets you know that's an inorganic source of that mineral, and that's not the way you're organic. So you have to take it. You have to take the minerals in or as an organic source, and the only way to do that is by taking plants, because the plant kingdom is uniquely capable of converting inorganic minerals in the soil to organic minerals that you can use. So if you're looking for iron and if you're taking an inorganic source, you might as well go ahead and chew on some nails or lick on some railroad ties, because that's what you're doing. Because your body will try to use that, but it's the wrong form of the iron. So there's iron that's in railroad tracks. But there's also iron that's in spinach. Those are two different substances. There's the same mineral, but one is organic and one is inorganic. And if you're taking inorganic sources of your minerals, what you're going to do is, it's kind of like running your car with diesel fuel, and you know you're supposed to be putting unleaded. It'll still run, but eventually you're gonna tear your engine up because you're using the wrong type of gasoline.
I hope y'all got that. I hope for y'all's sake, you got to get the knowledge because you cannot know what you don't know until you learn it.
Right. And so, one of the beauties of what Forrest and I have tried to do is we tried to create different formulas and everything plant-based so that you can get the results you want without the side effects associated with taking an inorganic source of the thing. So there's no shortcuts. So anything you want to do, there's an herb that can actually accomplish it for it, no matter what it is. And
Okay.
so, and there's a lot of things that we know that we haven't even created products yet for, but we will eventually. But if there's anything you want the body to do, there's an herb that'll do it. If you want to improve your memory, want your hair to grow, no matter what it is, there's a source, there's a plant source in the nature that will accomplish that goal for you.
For a person just starting out with the herbs, what is a starter herbal regimen that you would recommend everybody to start? Let's say they're brand new, they just started. What would you recommend, Mr. Herbalist?
It really depends on the person. So okay, if you're just a newbie, the first thing you probably want to do is clean your colon out, because you can't even absorb any of the nutrients in the formulas if your colon is compact with waste. So the first thing you want to probably do is use some stuff like senna leaf, psyllium husk, so that you can sweep out all that feces in your intestines. See, what happens is your intestines has these little villi that absorb nutrients. But if you've been eating American Standard Diet for decades, what happens is these villi have been coated with feces, so they can't even absorb the nutrients. So you're just eating for the purposes of getting rid of the hunger pains, but you're not even
gratification.
right. You're not even nutrition. And then if you're constipated, you're not even passing the food out of you. So that's a whole other comment. So I would always tell people to start with cleaning the colon with stuff like senna leaf, and then like psyllium husk and stuff like that. And then you want to, then once you get that under control, then you probably want to start building yourself up from a mineral base. You want to start taking some organic minerals and then some organic sources of protein so that your body can repair itself.
I tell people, start with the cleanse. Get the cleanse. The cleanse is wholesome. It works on your blood, your heart, your liver, your lung, your kidney, your colon, your male or female hormonal system. That way, to me, you're kind of doing everything in one walk, as opposed to just starting with the colon. Now, I know he said that because everybody don't want to start with a cleanse. Everybody can't do a cleanse because people are weak. I understand that. So that's the method by which what Todd was saying. I'm saying do the cleanse. Todd's saying start wherever you're most affected. And that's
Mhm.
easier for some people.
But the purpose of this video was to talk about growing your hair. That's why I didn't talk about that too much. But so
Okay.
if they're trying to grow their hair, the number one thing to start with is a plant-based source of nutrients so that your hair can grow internally.
Okay, so that's MSM sulfur and hair, skin, and nail. To
Right.
me, that's where you start. It's because, like you're right, Todd. This is about do your hair, growing your hair like this, making your hair look like this. So you're
So
right.
I don't know. I'm a hater by nature, and I'm not really sure that's real that you got on there. So, I mean,
I'm sorry, y'all. This is 100% authentically mine. I'm too lazy to take the time to have somebody put some hair on my head. Okay, so I'll do that. And I didn't want to look like that anymore. So, because
yeah.
I used to look like that, and I
But
graduated.
so definitely what can happen is when you start taking these herbal formulas and making your hair grow strong and healthy, it gets to be strong like a rope. Like you see when he grabbed his hair, you can tie somebody you can tie a knot with that. That's it's not going to break.
No, that's
You
not gonna
know.
break. You see how my head is responding to that? Now, if I hold my head straight up, it's pulling back against me. And the good part is it's real. And I can actually take these loose, even though they're like, if you can see that, that's authentic.
Yeah.
What's on my head is mine. And I did this with herbs only. So I know what women can do if they just will take the time to do it. It took time. Nothing happens overnight.
Mhm.
So, just like he didn't get bald overnight.
Right.
That happened over
This is,
time.
and that's another thing that will cause you to lose your is stress. So, there's different formulas we have to prevent you from having stress. There's everything is holistic, and then you'll see that, if you're in your 30s and your hair is turning gray, that's a zinc deficiency, a zinc and copper deficiency. So you need to understand that this is your body is letting you know that there's things going on. So the hair gives you so many signals. So if you're seeing split ends in your woman, that's a sign to run to your if you don't have a gynecologist, or come to a herbal company and find out how can you address your ovaries and your maybe having fibroid tumors or something like that. That's a sign. If your hair is prematurely graying, that's a sign of a mineral deficiency. So even if you don't have you don't buy some herbs from us, there are ways that you can get zinc. There's sunflower seeds, especially if you get them raw. Sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds are great sources of zinc. Um, you definitely want to get some hormonal balancing formula so that you're not out of balance. So if your hair's not growing, see, here's the problem. What people don't realize is when you're eating the wrong substances, you're throwing your hormones out. So when you're eating meat, this is not the same meat that we were eating in the 60s and 70s. They use a lot of hormones to grow this meat quicker. So when you're eating this as a man, you're getting a lot of estrogen. You're throwing yourself hormonally out of balance. And when you're a woman, you're getting too much estrogen. Now you're throwing yourself out of balance. This can affect you in several different ways, not just your hormonal stuff, but it also can throw off your hair growth because you're hormonally out of balance. So this is why it's very important to do the detox that he was talking about, to get yourself rid of all these toxins and these excess hormones, and then start using a plant-based source to grow your hair naturally.
Okay. My name's Forrest Gump. And we're here today with Todd Lynham. We're both herbalists. We have a desire to help you. Okay?
And make sure you go to the website and check out the hair, skin, and nails formula and MSM sulfur. And he talked about the detox too.
All right. Y'all heard it from the herbalist. So, this video's been about hair. One of us got hair and one of us don't. And
You see how he fronts? He gonna put some music like that. No one did it well if he listens to Simon and Garfunkel, and he gonna try to play that.
See, well, y'all know what hate look like, okay? You see that guy right there?
Simon and Garfunkel. He gonna try to put on something like that. Like,
thank you guys for listening. And you know what? Come to the podcast right here Saturday, 10:30. We'll be live doing our thing.
So what are we talking about Saturday? Are we dealing with erectile dysfunction again?
Yes, we're gonna do part 2 of EDD, erectile dysfunction. So if your man thing ain't all the way hard, we're gonna tell you why.
It's important for women to come to that too.
Absolutely.
Not for men.
Yeah, this is for women if you ask me, because they're the ones suffering. I've had women to ask me, why is it so hard? And then some guys think don't get so hard. So my question is, well, dang, aren't you used to a hard one? But they're not. So this is for women more than it is for men, because now they can help him get right. Because men ain't gonna do right, women will. All right. Until then, join us Saturday morning, 10:30. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.